Maple LMS is a SaaS-based learning experience and certification assessment platform. We're a secure, cloud-based, white-labeled LMS that gives organizations full control over branding, learner experience, and community engagement. We're SOC 2 Type 2 and iOS 9001 and 27001 certified and recognized as a top 20 LMS by Talented Learning. We support nonprofits, associations, learning businesses, and enterprises, and we scale as your programs grow. The platform is browser-based, device-agnostic, fully mobile responsive, and includes native iOS and Android apps with offline learning, which we will show live shortly. So let's start with the first pillar, reach. All right, reach is about reducing friction and improving discovery. Maple LMS delivers a branded, flexible learner experience through white labeled portals, catalogs, mobile apps, and microsites, all fully configurable to match your brand. Learners can easily discover content using a user friendly catalog, advanced search filters, AI based recommendations, and competency based personalized learning plans aligned to roles or career goals. The platform supports over 50 languages, accessibility features, and offline access, making learning available anytime, anywhere, on any device. All of this is designed to improve conversion from browse to enroll and keep learners engaged through completion. Once learners are engaged, the next question is how learning drives revenue. Can we get the next slide, please? Thank you. Maple LMS is built to support flexible and scalable monetization. You can sell courses, certifications, bundles, subscriptions, and continuing education credits using native e-commerce or integrated AMS and third-party storefronts. We support institutional and bulk purchasing, branded microsites or subtenant portals for corporate customers, chapters or partners, each with their own learners, pricing, permissions, or reporting. Because Maple LMS integrates with AMS, CRM, and finance systems, transaction and enrollment data sync automatically, simplifying tracking and forecasting as programs grow. Beyond engagement and revenue, learning leaders need to prove impact. Impact goes well beyond completion rates. Maple LMS supports certification and high-stake assessments with tools like question banks, pre- and post-learning assessments, competency and career tracking, face match authentication, and AI proctoring. On the analytics side, dashboards show individual and aggregated performance over time, supported by AI-powered predictive analytics, smart notifications, NLP-based reporting, and instructor course summaries. Organizations can measure learning before and after training, track longitudinal impact, and clearly demonstrate how education drives performance, growth, and outcomes. So all of that works only if the LMS fits into the ecosystem that you currently rely on. So let's talk briefly about integrations and broader ecosystems. Maple LMS is designed to integrate, not replace. We are a preferred partner with Salesforce CRM, Fontiva AMS, ProTech AMS, and listed on the Salesforce App Exchange. Open APIs allow integrations with CRMs, HRIS, e-commerce, finance systems, and learning communities. This enables single sign-on for easy access, two-way data sync for enrollment, purchases, certifications, and assessments, transcripts and progress visible directly in your AMS or portal. And for storefronts, you can use your AMS, a public site, or Maple LMS's built-in e-commerce, supporting direct, institutional, or hybrid models. So to wrap up this overview, a quick note on getting live and ongoing support. Implementation is designed to get you live quickly and confidently. We align branding, workflows, SSO, e-commerce, reporting, and AI tools from day one, with everything tested in a staging environment before launch. Out-of-the-box integrations with Zoom, GoToMeetings, Microsoft Teams reduce custom work and speed time to value. Support includes unlimited admin training, recorded sessions, an in-platform help portal, 24/7 assistance, and unlimited storage. So teams may stay focused on the outcomes, not platform maintenance. So with that context, let's jump into the live platform. Today, we will walk through the learner journey, including e-commerce, SSO, and integrations. the admin and content creation experience in analytics and reporting. Avon, great to have you with us. I'll hand it off to you to kick off the live demo.
Yeah, thank you, Darian, and a very good morning to our audience today. My name is Avin, and I'm a relationship manager at Maple LMS. Today, I'll walk you through some of the key solutions we provide to help you reach more audience, generate revenue, and track impact. And first on my list is integration with an association management system. Now, many associations use an association management system or some sort of system of records. And for an LMS, it is crucial to seamlessly integrate with an AMS in order to resolve several business challenges. The key benefits to this integration include the ability to sell educational offerings through existing storefront, the ability to provide members with seamless access to the learning portal, and most importantly, the ability to track user engagement right in your association management system. So let's take a look at that in real time. I'm going to walk you through this integration in real time and kind of walk you through a user journey, what the process looks like with this integrated flow. For a moment, I'm gonna turn off my camera just to save some bandwidth and we can focus more on the screen before me. So what you're looking at right now is a storefront. I'm logged into a member portal as a member, and this is where a user journey can begin. So I can begin by browsing around, finding a course or a training that I'm interested in. So let's say we select a course from the list. The next step will be to make a transaction. So I'm going to add this to my order. We're not yet into the LMS. We're still on the member portal, which is part of the association management system. But let's go ahead and go to the checkout. So what I'm trying to do over here is buy a course. And once I purchase this course, I'll be automatically enrolled into the course. So when I navigate to the LMS after the purchase, I'll be able to find this course in my list of courses or trainings available for me. And in this scenario, I'm kind of walking you through an individual purchase process, but many of our association customers or different types of organizations, they might also offer membership-based access. So depending on a membership type or a membership level of an individual, they can get access to specific content within Maple LMS without having to go through a purchase process. And we also support a self-enrollment scenario where individuals may not need to go through a $0 purchase process, but simply log into the LMS, select a course or a training that's available for them, and self-enroll right away. But with that, we've concluded the transaction. So we completed the first step. On the next step, we're going to log into the learning site and we're going to log in with a single sign-on. We support different authentication methods. Single sign-on is one of that. It's a passwordless access to the learning site. So your users who have access to the member portal, they don't need additional credentials to log in into the learning site or into their learning account. Now, an option to navigate into the LMS can be added at different levels. Most commonly in your education section on the member portal, or it could be a standalone link of its own. For example, I have Learning Center as an option over here. All I need to do is click into that option, and this would log me into my learning account. So we just redirected from a member portal to a Maple LMS site that's integrated with it, and that too in my learner's account, just like that. It's pretty seamless. You don't have to go through any additional steps. If you're logged into the member portal, all you have to do is click a URL or an option or a button, and that can take you to your learning account right away. Now, since we are here, we've landed on the search page and we can browse around the courses that I'm currently enrolled into or the ones that are available for me. This is a course that we just purchased and we have access to the course content right away. But just to back up a little bit, we looked at two processes or two scenarios. One where you make a purchase of a course that's built out in Maple LMS, but the purchase happened through existing storefront or an AMS's storefront. Secondly, we logged into Maple LMS with an SSO, so a passwordless access. And the third benefit of integrating with your association management system would be data synchronization. For instance, if we come to this portal, now this is the backend view or an admin view of the AMS, which is integrated with one of our sites. And we are looking at a list of contacts right now. These would be our members and non-members. And if we pull up an individual's record, you'll find information around their course engagement or their achievements. So I can see a list of courses that Sam is currently enrolled into. Sam is also a member, and meaning he has membership. And we can see list of courses, progress within each course, course completion date as well, followed by credit that Sam has achieved for different courses, credit value, date when the credit was issued. We can also track what certificates were achieved. So name of the course, name of the certificate, date when the certificate was issued, followed by any badges achieved by Sam into different courses. So that's the data which comes back to an individual's record. And anytime your users go into the LMS, take a course, have some progress, earn a certification or a badge, their contact record gets updated with these data points, with these data sets. Now, with this data coming into your association management system, you can combine that with the membership data or maybe some other data sets and build out reports and dashboards right within your AMS, and that becomes your single source of truth. But let's assume a scenario where you may not have an AMS or a storefront, and in that case, you can leverage the e-commerce tools available in Maple LMS to sell your educational offerings. So let's see what that looks like. I'm back on my learning account, back on the search page, and I have a course over here that I can purchase. This time we're going to make a purchase from within the LMS itself. And the payment system I'm using over here is Stripe, which is a payment processor. We integrate with quite a few payment processors. Stripe is one of that. And some of these may also allow you to create discounts or coupon codes. For example, I do have option to add a coupon code over here. But this is what I see before I purchase the course. Now, our tools will also let you set up a member and a non-member cost. So that's also an option available. But for now, let's go ahead, apply a coupon code. We should then see a discounted cost. Let's go to buy now. Once we click that, it sends us to the checkout page where I can choose a preferred currency type, make a transaction with my card. Let's add some card details over here. And finally, let's try to make a transaction. So I'm going to select a country, add a zip code, and pay. Now, as this transaction goes through, and once there's a confirmation, it sends me back to Maple LMS, but this time logs me right into the course where I have access to the learning modules right away. So seamless as that. And that would be an example of our built-in e-commerce capabilities. I also wanted to show you an example around a public-facing web page. Now, that might be essential for organizations who do not use an AMS and can leverage a public-facing web page on their Maple LMS site. These pages are SEO friendly and can be indexed in search engines. So let's take a look at an example. And for this example, I'm going to bring up one of our customer sites so you can see what an actual public-facing web page looks like. So this is PMD Alliance. They're one of our customers. We are right now on their LMS URL. And this is what their public-facing web page looks like. On a public-facing web page, we can expose what content or what courses we offer. So essentially your educational library. And individuals can browse around. Maybe they can browse by categories as well. So if I go into a category, I'll see a list of courses available within that category. I have an option to filter out by a course catalog, search by the name of the course, or filter out in many different ways, including filtering by tags. And let's just come back for a bit. If we come back over here, and maybe if we were interested in a course, this is what the preview for the course could look like before a user could purchase or log in and make a purchase. So I see name of the course, start date and end date. I do see a comprehensive description for this training, for this course, some activities that are available within the course, competencies that are linked to the course, and then a few tags that have been added to the course. So tagging is also supported, which kind of plays a role in searching and finding the course and also recommending the right courses to individuals. And lastly, I have a view of sections or topics, and each topic contains a few activities. From here, let's say if I were interested in this course, I can click on Enroll Me, which then sends me to the login page where I need to log in with a username or a password. And if I don't have one, we can have an option to set up a new account. So a self-registration scenario where individuals might need to fill out this sign up form and create a new account, which then takes them to the LMS and they can make a purchase inside the LMS. But that's just one example of a public facing web page. Our web pages are highly customized. So clearly these could be branded and customized in many different ways. From here, let's dive into a user's dashboard for a bit. And quickly, I wanted to talk a little bit about branding and a few more capabilities that a learner gets on the dashboard. Firstly, Maple LMS is a white label solution. So the look and feel of your site will be fully customized or branded to your branding guidelines. And the overall site is also mobile responsive, so individuals can access learning on the go on any device. And that's actually how we support um, the concept of learning anytime, anywhere, and on any device. For instance, if we switch to, let's say, an iPad mini, that's how the site looks like on an iPad. I can see courses in a three-column layout, the categories on top. These are some top level categories that I've added over here. Some banner images on top. Similarly, if we switch to an iPhone 14 Pro Max, that's how it adapts to an iPhone's dimensions and adjusts accordingly. So essentially, I could be using any smartphone, any type of a smart device for learning, and I'll have access to all my content anytime, anywhere, any device. On top of that, we do provide branded iOS and Android apps, which also support offline learning. These are an addition, but you can opt for it if you feel like your learners may need access on a mobile app, which is one of the great way to offer access to your content. Apps are really getting popular. We see a lot of engagement happening on mobile apps, and that's something which we definitely offer. Also, just as we scroll around this dashboard, I'll find a list of courses and trainings that I'm currently enrolled into. And I'm going to walk you through some examples as well. This list also includes a few learning paths that I'm enrolled into and also a course bundle or a package. I do have a learning path section on the bottom that shows a list of courses available within this learning path. And this can go in a sequential or a non-sequential pattern. It's fully configurable, and there could be curated learning paths for specific audiences. We strongly support accessibility, and there are quite a few accessibility tools available on Maple LMS. I'm going to highlight some of the options which are available on this site right now. For example, increasing, decreasing the text size, or adjusting the colors. So maybe we can switch to high contrast, we can invert colors, or reset color adjustments. And a few more tools around accessibility would be text to speech or keyboard navigation. Also, captions for your videos. On top of this, we support languages. So 50 plus languages are supported on Maple LMS. These essentially help you translate the interface on the platform. And if you have an audience in different regions, different countries, then this is definitely what you need for your learning site, a site that supports multiple languages for different audiences. With that, let's dive into some examples of courses. So I'm going to walk you through what different type of courses could look like. Firstly, what I have over here is a multi-module course. So this is a course which has multiple modules, multiple sections to it, and I have some progress in a couple of modules over here. Modules can also be considered as topics or sections into your course, and each of these can contain dedicated learning activities. I do have a resume button over here, so I can resume from where I left off. And with that, let's take an example of a learning path. And this can also be considered as a package or a bundle because essentially it is built out using the package format that we have. So I've linked multiple courses together, created a learning path out of it. Each of these can contain specific learning modules, and the content in, I mean, the courses can flow again in a sequential or a non-sequential pattern. Lastly, here's an example of an online course which has a participant forum that allows some social engagement within an online course. I have a SCORM package, interactive video, an assessment, feedback survey, and a certificate of completion. But there are a few more items that can be enabled into an online course or any type of course that you're trying to build, maybe blended or live virtual, and that would be around badges and leaderboard. So here we've added a leaderboard to this course, and this leaderboard shows me a list of participants, their name, their level, their ranking, the points they've achieved so far. There are about two levels available within this course. So when you get started, you're a community contributor. When you have about 120 points, you're a public power champion. And these levels are flexible, configurable, so you can title these the way you prefer. You can also issue badges out of your courses, and those would be some items around gamification. From here, every user also gets a profile, and the profile can house some specific information, maybe their membership type, job title, or if they are from a specific audience. They also have a achievements tab that shows a list of badges that I've earned, list of certificates that I've achieved with expiration date as well. So certificates can have expiration date as well. And I do have an option to track my continuing education credits as well. So I have a variety of credits over here that I've achieved. I see credit type, credit value, date and time when it was issued, and date of the course, and obviously the certificate which was awarded along with it. With that, we're going to move into admin capabilities. But before we do that, just one more item that we should look at from a learner's view would be recommendations. So our system comes with a built-in recommendation engine, and recommendations are provided automatically based on an individual's interest. Interests are captured by the system, and it considers the courses that I'm currently engaged into, as well as the courses that I've taken in the past. So depending on my previous and current engagement, I can get recommendations from the system automatically. This again encourages individuals to purchase a new course which is relevant to their field or relevant to a topic that they may have engaged earlier, and essentially um, enroll into the course and engage in a few more activities. But from here, I'm going to switch into an admin's account. This is an admin's view that you're looking at right now. The first thing that I wanted to walk you through from an admin's perspective would be our microsites capability. And microsites is one of our key differentiators. These are individual learning portals for exclusive audiences. We allow creating unlimited microsites, so there are no limits to it. And technically, these are also known as tenant sites or tenant portals. And microsites are essential if you have a use case for institutional buyers, or if you're a trade association and you work with companies, this could be a value-added offering where you can provide a dedicated branded portal for that specific company, that organization, or that audience. I'll say these are also a great source of non-dues revenue. Some of our customers would have an offline agreement for a microsite for a specific number of users and kind of provide them access to specific content um, for that microsite, for that audience. But let me show you some examples. I'm gonna search for a few and switch into a few microsites. And you'll notice that there's a change in the look and feel. So as I switch to a site, the logo on the site will change. We'll also see some change in the data. And there we go. That's our first microsite from American Nephrology Nurses Association. This is just an example. And as I scroll down, I see the data change as well. Let's switch to another, maybe ASAE, who happen to be one of our customers as well. And this is kind of a portal that I've set up for ASAE with their preferred branding. And with that, let's come back to our main site. I'm going to jump into a little bit about reporting capabilities. Our system comes with 50 plus pre-configured reports, including reporting dashboard as well. This is a analytics dashboard for an administrator where I can track active users, course enrollment, completion rate, maybe course progress, popular courses available on my site with the enrollment, visits, and completion count. As I scroll down, I'll also see a block to look at real-time users. That's everyone who's logged in and the time they've spent. We see site access information on the right-hand side, which is an indication of which time slots were the most busiest on your LMS. Daily activities is answers to daily questions like how many learners logged in, how many instructors logged in, how many courses completed. And on the right, you have an active user list, which shows a list of users who have an account on your LMS site, but they've never logged in. With that, there are options to build out custom reports as well, and custom reports can be easily created by administrators. So we have built-in report builder, which allows you to create a custom report, but there are pre-configured reports as well, and quite a few pre-configured reports. I'm going to pull up some of the most important reports. For example, credit activity report. This shows a list of individuals who earned a credit type. So we make it easier to track this data. We can filter out by a credit type, by a date range, by a course as well. And the data will include name of the participant, their email address, name of the course, credit type, credit value, date and time when it was issued, date of the course, and the certificate of completion that was earned along with it. All of the data that I'm showing you right now is exportable in many different formats. So you always have an option to export this data. And we support integration with quite a few web conferencing platforms as well, like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, GoToMeeting. These allow you to run virtual sessions from within Maple LMS, but part of that integration is also tracking attendance. So you get dedicated attendance report that shows name of the participant, their email address, name of the session they attended, their attendance status, and obviously joining time, leaving time, overall duration spent on the session with an option to filter out or an option to export this data. We then take a look at a quiz or an assessment data. So this is for a specific quiz. I'm looking at a list of individuals who attempted the quiz, status, their start date and time, completed date and time, overall time it took to complete the assessment, and scores achieved for each question, as well as the overall score achieved by the participant. An option to export this data as well. Now, many of you might conduct evaluations into a course, so clearly tracking data for an evaluation becomes essential. So this would be data for a feedback survey. And I believe there were three questions into this evaluation or a feedback survey. This was a rating scale question type where we asked to rate these three items. We see open-ended question and responses to those. We asked for recommendations, and sounds like 100% are likely to recommend this course. Similarly, if you end up using built-in e-commerce tools, you would want a way to track your transactions as well. So we do have a financial report available within Maple LMS itself. On the financial report, we can clearly track the transactions that have happened. So the transactions on the bottom, name of the course, enrollment type, transaction ID, quantity, and the amount paid by the participant, and just a count of the overall revenue that we have generated so far. Again, all of it is completely exportable, so this data can be exported in a CSV or an Excel. But apart from reporting, just to make your life a little easier, we've introduced a few AI tools as well. I'm going to walk you through some examples. For instance, the first capability with AI is to create a course. And with this capability, all you need to do is provide a course name, maybe a prompt, and let's just say AI Essential Online Course for Association Professionals is what we're trying to build. And let's say we need about 4 topics, and I'm going to go next. So what happens from here is based on the input that I provided, AI tries to generate relevant topics for a course that I'm trying to build out. I'll see a preview of those topics on this page. And once I see those topics, I have an option to regenerate those topics or simply add these to my courses and prepare a draft of my course. So this saves you a lot of time in finding the right topics and also writing summaries and description, because that all happens automatically. So I see 4 topics over here, which kind of makes sense to me based on the type of course I'm trying to create. So let's go next. We'll then see an option to preview our course draft. And if we feel like everything aligns with our course, we can then go ahead and publish our course. You'll also notice that the descriptions, not just for the course, but also for the topics, was generated automatically. And with that, we have our draft for the course built out using AI. The next capability around AI is our question generator, which falls into the assessment module. So when you're trying to build an assessment, and if you were to save some time on creating questions, you can definitely use this capability. It can save you a lot of time on creating or generating questions, the correct or the right questions for your courses or for your assessments. So I'm going to say this is a quiz. So just give it a title, save and display. There are many more settings available to it. but I'm going to walk you through what the question generator would look like. So over here, I'll find AI question generator. Now there are two options. I can let the AI look at the current course content, which could be a course summary, could be topics in your courses, or could be a custom module. So maybe a video, maybe a score, or some sort of file uploaded. And it can generate questions out of that. So it can look at your current course content and generate questions accordingly. But we can also write our own prompt over here, which I'm going to do since we don't have much content in this course. Um, so I'm trying to get questions on AI essential for association professionals. I'm going to say I need 4 questions, multiple choice, authorize content transfer, and generate questions. Now, once we do that, AI comes into play. It's trying to generate a few questions based on the input that I provided. And obviously, if your course has more content or has some great content, which I'm sure many of our customers or many of our prospects would have, uh, then I would suggest using um, or generating questions out of your current course content. But with that, we've got a few questions. We can add those to the quiz. And just like that, we've generated questions for our assessments. If we go into our assessment and try to preview our quiz, we'll find our questions right over here with the answer choices as well. Now let's come back to our dashboard and look at one final AI capability, which is really helpful both for admins as well as for learners. Firstly, if you're an admin and if you're just getting started with Maple LMS and trying to find your ways around how to use the system, you don't need to go through a lot of training. You don't need to go through any documentation or watch videos. You can come straight to our AI Q&A assistant. You can ask questions to it relevant to your administrative role, and it can give you instructions. So for example, how do I create a course? If I type that in, it's going to come back to me with a response and steps on how do I get started. Similarly, how do I create an assignment? So this is a way to get assistance on the go and really helps administrators get started quickly because again, you don't have to go through all the training. Obviously, that's part of our implementation and the overall offering, but this will help you get started as quick as possible. Similarly, if I was a learner and if I was into a course, I can ask questions about the course and get assistance. So this Q&A assistant can also act like a tutor. For instance, we are in a course right now. This course pretty much has textual content. But now when I come to the assistant, it's asking me, how can I help you in course Think Straight? That's the title of the course. And maybe I can ask, what is this course about? Now, when I type that in, it comes back to me with a response. It will look at the current course content, find that information, and give me a response. So those are a few AI capabilities that are currently available within the platform, but we have a robust roadmap for 2026. Plenty of AI capabilities will be part of our system soon. And lastly, I would conclude this demonstration with some of our email templates or notifications. Notifications are really important. You want to keep your learners informed about what's happening. So if a course is about to expire, they should receive a notification when they enroll into a course or when they earn a certificate. They should receive a notification for that. So we have about 50 plus notifications which are pre-configured. And as an admin, you can control these notifications. You also have an option to customize the notification so we can change maybe the message, maybe subject, add a signature, or maybe customize the frequency of the notification. Essentially, you don't have to send out a notification manually. or notifications will take care of pretty much all scenarios. However, you do have an option to manually send a notification to participants if needed. But with that, let me conclude this.
Maple LMS is a